this is what the offensive side of the ball here. Now, first off, it's going to be the offensive line because that was kind of a weak spot for them last year from what we have traditionally grown with over the last full 3 years of the Stefanski regime. It was their worst year. And again, we had talked about this. Maybe it was a good time for Callahan to move on just because the way it worked, if you know what I'm saying. So you bring in a new offensive line coach. Is that offensive line coach going to get back to that offensive line group going to get back to what we were accustomed to the first 3 years? We were talking consistently top 2, top 3, top 4 offensive line. Now, is that something they're going to be able to do? Big question. Amari Cooper, how does this work out? I don't think it's going to change the way Amari Cooper plays, whether or not he gets an extension done. Certainly the Browns would like to do an extension that involves money for 2025, but nothing further. But it's not so much that, but even when Amari does come back, the Browns are grooming other wide receivers. They are trying to see how much they have in Jerry Jeudy. Obviously, we all know they have a huge amount of faith in Jerry Jeudy from the contract extension they gave, not necessarily the trade, but certainly the contract extension. They have a lot of faith in what they think Jerry Jeudy can do for them. Cedric Tillman is here. David Bell's going to get an opportunity. Thrash was drafted. Elijah Moore. There's not going to be as many opportunities for Amari Cooper this year as there certainly was last year. There's going to be a bigger, slicing of that pie as far as targets. You certainly want to keep the chief involved. You're going to get the running backs involved, all these wide receivers. And a lot of it, it's health. Deshaun, we assume everything we see looks like Deshaun is going to progress to be 100% ready to go for week 1. The offensive line, of course, all 3 tackles are coming back from injuries. And, they were long injuries. The guys are just really starting to get back to work right now. Joel was dinged up. Wyatt was dinged up. Of course, Nick Chubb and his injury. When does he actually get back to the field? What percentage of the Nick Chubb that we've all known and grown and loved will Nick Chubb necessarily be? Those are big, big questions that have to be asked. And this is all based on the offensive side of the ball because everybody believes, that would be the level, that the side of the ball that needs to get better. It would be the offensive side of the ball if this team truly wants to contend for an AFC championship, if it truly wants to get to a Super Bowl. So those are some big questions around basically every facet of the Browns, whether it's the offensive line, the passing game, the running game, big questions in every one of those areas. And those are things that, hopefully we're going to get the correct answers and we're going to get to see it put together correctly for this team to find the ultimate success that they believe they can have in 2024.